Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey and Chopsticks. My name is Jen. I've had a little break. Had some kind of planning sessions about the channel, had a bit of time off, and just sort of realigned my desires around some things. Also looked into my own personal schedule of my relationship with the law of attraction and manifesting abundance, things like that. But I feel I'm ready to come back now, which is all good. And actually something that I just wanted to quickly mention before, I'm not sure what I'm going to do today. I might do an Abraham Hicks react, or I might just speak on some other topics. I might talk about the routine that I'm personally doing at the moment to manifest. But before I get into whatever topic we're going to explore today, I wanted to mention I came across a person called Joseph Alai. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. And I came across him on Reddit initially. People talking about his teachings. He's kind of a Neville Goddard enthusiast teacher. I think he actually, in his own words, through some of the stuff I was watching about him, was he combines Neville's teachings with his own teachings to kind of come up with like a blending of the two. But it's a bit of a controversy because he's actually gone missing, and I believe actually at this point he's been missing for nearly a year. I think the last time he posted on his YouTube channel, at least. I think the last time he posted on his YouTube channel was around 11 months ago. But then when I was doing some reading on Reddit, I think someone mentioned that he had a private group and maybe he'd posted on there a bit more recently. But there was also speculation that perhaps he was suffering with some form of substance or some form of addiction. So if that is the case, I just want to send kind of healing energy out to him, whatever energy he needs in this space and time. I want to send that out to him. I hope he's doing okay. I don't know the guy, nothing, I just sort of stumbled upon him while I was doing some research on various law of attraction people and teachings and what have you. But I would like to go into some of his videos on the channel because I think they're interesting. I don't necessarily agree with everything that he says, but I think that they're interesting. I guess another thing that I should touch on while I'm on the subject is Sammy Ingram. Now, I did see again on Reddit that actually Sammy is getting quite a lot of backlash, which, at the end of the day, that comes from having a large following. I think you're always going to have some element of, you can't keep everyone happy. However, and I think even with my couple of reaction videos that I did to one of her recent posts, or maybe a month back now, and this is also through my own, like I say, the period of time that I've spent just like looking at my own routine at what I do, I don't necessarily agree with the concept of robotic affirmation. Because I think the feeling is important. And even Neville Goddard says this, which Sammy, in some videos, Sammy says she doesn't, go along with Neville's stuff, and then in other videos she does. So I don't know. That's for Sammy to know, and Sammy to, sort of have her own opinions and feelings on. But I believe the feeling, and even Abraham Hicks is a big advocate of this, the feeling is important. And actually, Abraham says that your words don't even matter as much as your feeling and your vibe does, which that's what I agree with. That because you can believe something and say something else, if you may have a certain mindset around money, for example, but all your friends are talking about, it's so hard, blah, blah, blah. And you're kind of going along because you're in the conversation, but that's not, you can feel that that's not actually what you believe, but maybe you, for whatever reason, you don't want to actually come out in your friend circle where, guys, come on, that's not how we should feel about money, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people don't want to hear that, especially if they're going through a hard time. So you sort of sympathize with them, even though you can feel that it's not congruent with what you actually believe. So one thing I did want to mention, though, on robotic affirming, this is my belief, that if you robotically affirm enough, it can lead. I'm not saying it definitely will lead, which I think is one of the places where Sammy goes slightly wrong, is that it's not guaranteed that it will lead to you feeling the feelings of that state of whatever it is that you want to manifest. But it can. If you work on it, maybe you're someone that struggles to visualize, maybe you're someone that struggles to get into the feeling place. If you can allow it to help you cultivate that emotion, then I say go for it. But if it's not really working, then try something else. And that's one thing that I don't really agree with what Sammy says, in that she seems to have this idea that A, that's the only way that it works, robotic affirming, which isn't true. That's not the only way that it works. And B, that, you know, if it's not working, then you just haven't done it enough, which also isn't true. It's like, if it's not working, if you don't feel that it resonates with you, try something else. You know, watch more YouTube videos, see if there's a different teacher that you resonate more with, you know, all of this kind of stuff. Don't feel as though, especially in my opinion, don't feel as though you have to pay people loads of money when you don't feel that it's working for you. It's okay to have a different opinion. At the end of the day, source, God, life force, whatever it is that you want to call it, gives us all our own personal guidance, and it's our job to try and be able to listen to that. And that's through meditation, through visualization. You're just trying to get closer to that ideal self of yours. And the closer you are to that state, the more you can hear the inspirations coming through, the sort of, I don't know if I want to say voice in your head, but just the inspirations. That is probably the best word I can think of for it. Just the little glimpses of, go there, see if that, you know, see if there's an event for that. Ring that person anytime. And actually, I was watching an Abraham Hicks video that touched on this the other day. When I get what's the word that I'm looking for? The only word that's coming to me is inspiration. Let's just go with it. When I get an inspiration to ring someone, I ring them. Or I, you know, say, hey, can I ring you? And then we talk, you know. And oftentimes it's like, for example, actually this is something that happened in my life just yesterday. I have been just trying to spend a portion of my evening just laughing, just finding funny stuff, whether it's on, you know, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, just silly videos, and I'm laughing. But I'm laughing and laughing until, like, literally my sides hurt, my face is like this, you know, like I can't talk, like I'm laughing so much. But I wanted to get into more like stand-up comedy, like watching longer things rather than just these like 10-second little clips. So I rang my dad. I got this inspiration to ring my dad, rang him, and he was talking to me about all this stand-up comedy, different programs he'd been watching. So that's me now. I've got a list of like 5 different stand-up comedy things to watch, which I'm sure me and my dad have very similar sense of humors. Anyway, so I'm sure it will give me that feeling that I wanted of just laughing. One of the reasons I took a little break was because I felt I was putting too much pressure on myself to put out like 3 videos a week, which, like, when you're pressuring yourself to do that, it can be tricky. You know, at the end of the day, if you're just vibing with it and you're enjoying it and you're in a flow state, then it's all good. But once that pressure starts to creep in, it can take the joy out of it. And for me, this is all about the joy of the channel, you know? It's like I say, I want it to be a place where these concepts can click for you. I'm not necessarily saying, like, I'm a master, like, big teacher, Like, I do have very strong examples of this working in my life, which I will go more into. I've already made one video about my experience at Cambridge University, but I will go more into other things that I've achieved as well. But, what was I going to say? Yeah, I think I was talking about taking a break, feeling a bit of pressure and yes, so this is what led me to look at my own routine for manifestation, because I was like, at the end of the day, if you're feeling stressed and you're feeling pressured, that's not the kind of lifestyle that I want to live. So I need to manifest a different feeling about this. I need to manifest a different process, which has actually come through now. And I'll share it with you. I am going to do one video per week. I'm going to, film it as and when, schedule it out. And only once I've done one video per week scheduled will I then maybe do another, just depending. So that then at least I'm keeping in the algorithm, but it's removing the pressure. And that, again, was an inspiration that came through. This was another thing I wanted to touch on. I feel like this could have been like 3 different videos at this point, and maybe I will go into more detail in these concepts. But the idea that the law of attraction works by doing a method, a robotic affirmation, whatever concept you want to follow, and then it just falls into your lap. I feel like this is where a lot of these kind of new ager type people, if you like, they kind of leave out a big step, because for me at least, that's not how it works. It works by, you get these flashes of inspiration, you get these new ideas coming into your head, and you follow them and you see where they take you. But it's the state, it's like the concept that Abraham talks about of what radio channel are you on. Your radio channel will establish which thoughts can come through to you. And then when you're further along in the process of following those ideas, you'll meet people. But again, the radio channel that you're on will establish who you can meet, because you can only meet people that are on the same field that you're on. Do you know what I mean? Like the same vibration. They're listening to the same radio channel as you. Because otherwise, you ebb and flow with them. There's certain people that you just never meet, and you won't ever meet them in your entire life because they're just not in your field. Your field of influence, your geographical field, and this is all a part of your vibration, and this is why the things that come to you. Okay, that was a few different topics in one video. I feel like actually this is my first video back, and I did sort of want to just do a bit of a brain dump on you guys about what I've been thinking, what I've been feeling recently. I also want to do more videos outside. I really loved doing a couple of videos outside for you guys. So I'm gonna end this one here. I'm gonna upload this maybe next week, I think Monday, so you'll be seeing this probably Monday the something of August, 1st of August, whatever it is. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Thanks, guys.